Hello, hello. Sorry, apparently I gotta go and find this image because it's gone to the gods. I'm trying to update my stream and, or my, yeah, socials, and I, like, can't find this image for whatever reason, and I'm like, okay. So that's weird, but we're doing that. We're fixing it. What? It's in here somewhere. Okay. Look, we're gonna fix this really fast. This is lame. What is even happening right now? Who am I? Today's just been one of those fucking days. I, like, almost slept through a meeting. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. No idea. Let's see if this is, Hello? It's too big. Why? I just want to start my stream. What? Blech. Oh god, it's so big. Okay, let's see. There we go. That's better. Got it. We're all right. Everything's fine. What is even happening right now? Okay. Okay. Now I'm ready to go. I also have to upload YouTube videos, but I think I'm just going to do that after we get done with stream. I just can't forget to do it. Oh, that's all I gotta say. It's just, brother, Yep. That's it. Okay. Holy Debroni. Good Jeebus. Guess who was not prepared to stream today? It was me. But you know what? Sometimes it's just like that, you know? Oops. All right, let me open up my document so that way I have my notes. And then I have to, at some point, think about eating breakfast. But today is definitely one of those days where I definitely don't feel like eating breakfast. So that's cool. Okay. Look at that. I'm ready. My body is ready. Yeah, this is pretty rough. Okay, I need to think about how I'm going to be working with this chapter. Alright, as always, for those of you popping into stream or watching the VOD, the content of this book deals with mature themes, including drug abuse, murder, violence, familial and domestic abuse, etc., etc. It is not a book for children or for the faint of heart. So if you're not really in the headspace to deal with those kinds of things at the moment, that's okay. Please enjoy the stream, like muted. And I'm not going to be reading anything aloud. You don't have to look at the stream if you don't want to, or read the text if you don't want to. And then you can always pop back in when we get done with the each sprint. Hi, gal. Welcome in. Sorry, I'm replying to a petty tweet. I don't do anything on Twitter besides reply to artists' hot takes. Let's see. I needed to grab lunch, so that's the first minute sprint will be me making and figuring out lunch. Very nice. I need to get my brain together, apparently. Yeah, yep. I almost did that. I did that. I'm so fucking stressed out. That's really the problem, is like my life is not regulated in any way. Thankfully, my boss is super nice, and he legitimately, as soon as I jumped into the meeting last minute, he was like, no joke, this is why I schedule meetings after 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. because I will do the same thing. And he was like, the only reason that I have meetings before 11 a.m. now is because I get up to take my kid to school. And it's like, yep, there you go. At least we're the same. Okay, cool. Let's see how many people I pissed off on the internet. The Risen is Childy. Cholito. Okay, let me go look at how many people I pissed off on the internet. Okay, surprisingly, I didn't piss off that many people on the internet. Actually, everyone was like, you're right. God, like people who go to solicit their services in DMs out of the blue are so dumb. I just feel like no one in their right mind is gonna open stuff up and be like, "Oh yeah, this person sent me a 4 paragraph explainer where they didn't even take like bother or take the time to learn what my book was about, and they just bombarded my DMs trying to sell me shit, and somehow they think that that's gonna work." I don't know. Hi Agua, how's it going? Okay, let me shake this amount of stuff like a mixologist. These dice. God, I love this track. My teacher's actually teaching now. Dang! We are actually going to jump into sprints probably here. I'm going to go ahead and start working on this chapter. Again, as I said, there's a lot of mass death in this chapter right out the gate. So, there's a reason the traveling salesman is hated in old cartoons. Well, it's crazy because you'd think that if you wanted to successfully sell a product, right? So say you want to sell writing publishing services, go to writers conventions. Like the most successful businesses I know go to big writers conventions and then they set up a booth. And they're like, yeah, this is what I do. These are the services that I offer. This is how I help authors. They're not some fucking weird traveling con men that are clearly bots that copy and paste the same method or message into every single DM to try and get people to buy AI bullshit. It's like it's gotten so bad. Like over the last like 3 months specifically, I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god, I think a high schooler knows what a lever and a pulley are. You're like, please. You'd be surprised, Aqua. You'd be surprised. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into this sprint. Hopefully you'll be around still at 13 minutes from now. Godspeed. I hope you enjoy learning what a pulley is. I will tell you a fun factoid about levers and pulleys when we get back. But let's get started working. I'll see you all in about 13 minutes. Here we go. Okay, that's it. We did it. We're in a class full of juniors and seniors talking about how we know this already. See? I guess as somebody who was in a class with, like, juniors and seniors in science classes in high school, I learned very quickly that there were a bunch of kids who didn't know how to read. So... that meme that's like, hi, I'm Jared, I'm 19, and I'd never learned how to read. That was, like, real. Those were all the kids that eventually, after we graduated high school, I heard later that they, like, ended up getting, like, arrested for selling massive amounts of drugs or some shit. It was like, oh. RIP. It was very sad. I had to try and do some, like, reworking for lore to try and figure out how this is even justifiable. I had to go and look at certain laws. And I think I've got it. I only wrote like 400 words, but I think I've got this sorted out. I ate some raw bell peppers. Sounds peppery. I'm having a mango smoothie. It actually tastes like the inside of pie filling, and this is kind of great. Oh, hey, I joined Speech and Debate. Fuck yeah. That's awesome. I hope you have a lot of fun. Speech and Debate is really cool. I think you'd be really, really good at it. Yeah, no, my senior class was wild. Nice, nice speech about Dr. Pepper. I fucking love it. That's amazing. I need to find actual food, but at least I put veggies into my system. Yeah, that's actually very good. The default, the fact that your default was like quick shove a pepper in there is actually pretty good. I'm like, it's time for Taco Bell. That's not great. Oh, Dr. Peppy. I have yet to try, they sell, like, dirty sodas over at Ziggy's. They have Dr. Pepper ones. And I want to get over there and try that, because that sounds delicious. Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew are my two loves. Okay, but Jace, this is, like, so thick, it's like pudding.
I had to like water mine down some, so
it's
sorry.
Pretty hardcore. No, it's not bad. It's just also too, I don't know what it is with the size of this cup lid, but I have to like effectively open my mouth as wide as humanly possible and then start going like and then just fucking like drink it.
Spoon?
I don't think that will help. A straw probably would be better. I don't know if we have any big straws
We do
in
have big straws. Ouch.
Nice keychains and some Funko Pops. Nice, nice. That sounds fun, though. Sounds like a good time. Yep. So effectively, at this point in the story, because they don't know where the drug issues are coming from with people who take Mutol, in a panic, the council has made the decision that effectively Mutol poses a health risk, and they potentially are like at risk to everyone around them, and then they argue that Mutol can spread through like blood or STD, like or like sexual contact like an STD, which it can't. There's just like that just is not how that works, because it, like you can, I think probably you can get Mutol through people's blood. So that's not wrong. But like as like a sexual transmission, probably not. But then effectively they make a call that if you possess or use Mutol, then it's just an instant death sentence. And then they invoke emergency public security powers, which allow Greyhounds carte blanche to effectively just remove the threat by any means necessary. And then there's nothing that the Canadian federal government can do because they're a city-state. So it's really bad. Oh yeah, this straw just saved my life. And then also it's a good power play, because then you can get rid of a bunch of poor people all at the same time. It ain't great. So they are literally actively watching effectively The Purge. I'm about 3/4 of the way through the book now. I have to try and wrap this up in 20 words or less. Or not 20 words or less, 20k words or less. My default for when I'm hungry but I don't know what to eat is shove veggies into my body if we have them in the house. That you are a wise person. You are wiser than I. I normally go, oh shit, and then just eat a bunch of nuts. $20 words, if only. No, 20k, 20,000. I'm at 72k right now, and I need to keep this bad boy under 98k is the goal. Nuts have protein. That is a valid truth, though. Yeah, thankfully we got this, like, trail mix that's, like, really, really good that has, like, dried fruit and nuts and sometimes other fun stuff like chocolate in it. I default to cheese. Also same, though. Same. I will just, like, reach into a bag of shredded cheese and just eat it like a little gremlin out of the inside of the fridge. Also, hi, you. How you doing? I see. We get bored, or I get bored of peanuts easily. Yeah, I have to have, like, a variety of nuts. I gotta have, like, mixed nuts. I eat blocks. Great, 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 great. Both are valid. I woke up from a nightmare, but okay-ish. Hopefully your brain can recover from that. I hate that shit. Give me a block of cheddar and it's gone in like 5 minutes. Yeah, my mom was definitely like a cheese and crackers person. Like anytime any of us were starving, she'd be like, here's some Triscuits and some cheddar cheese. It was pretty fucking great. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm looking at the Funkos. Oh, those are cool. Nice. The Dr. Pepper. Little sweet. Yeah, cool. I like the One Punch Man ones, too. That's cool. Oh, yeah, valid. Oh, gosh, I'm trying to think. Have you ever had the Milton's crackers? Hold on. These guys, they're not really saltines. Hold on. Milton's. Hold on. These guys are so good. I don't know if you've ever had these ones. The crispy sea salt crackers. You can get literally the world's largest bag of these sons of bitches from Costco. Oh my god. These are so good. Oh, they're so good. And they, like, I like the sea salt ones, but the olive oil ones, or unlike the multigrain ones, are good too. But, like, I literally will just eat these. Oh my god, they're so good. They're my favorite gluten-free cracker, to be honest. Yeah, if you get a chance to try them, I would recommend them. They felt like they at least helped me with my, like, saltine / oyster cracker fix, not being able to have gluten for, like, a decade. Now I'm back on the Wheaties, and I will eat some Triscuits, but... Oh, nice! Cheese soup! Cheese soup! Cheese soup! That sounds delicious. Alright, y'all. Well, I'm gonna jump back into another sprint. I'm just gonna try and, like, plow through this and get through this chapter. This is a really rough chapter, so we're gonna see how this goes. I will see you all at the other end of it. Let me know what you're working on or what you're hanging out and doing. Yeah, I'll be back soon. Here we go. All right, that's it. How did everybody do? I now have written 1,100 words today. That's a little bit better. I'm still trying to figure out the order of ops for how the Vanguard are going to get in here and get all of these dead people out, because I'm imagining it's probably, you know, it's dozens of people at minimum, which is really shitty. Oh no! Yeah, I can say that at least in this instance, this level of severe reaction isn't Silas's fault. Definitely, he's not turning people into naked mole rats. It doesn't make it any better, but this definitely wasn't his fault. And now he's gonna get blamed for it, which is really shitty, truly. Actually, expand on this. I made a Halloween party invite, and now I'm looking at places that have meetups for queer positivity. That is very nice. Exactly. Yeah, the person who's actually causing the issue is now, like, now that's the question. Because Silas has operated for, like, 6 years, not really massively killing people. And, like, he's selling drugs to make money, for sure, which is in itself, like, kind of shitty, because you're exploiting people. But if he kills off all of his clientele, he doesn't make any money. You know, so it's like, why would he do that? And so the question is who is doing this, and are they aware that they're doing it? I have never played Clash Royale. I do not know your suffering. Yep. Somehow Fawn is alive. He's crusty, but he's alive. I'm so sorry. You got this. I believe in you, Aqua. I believe. Yeah, definitely, Wildman, if you take it, you will die. And you can go to rehab, it's just people don't. The problem is that it's so addictive that, like, most people are more interested in being on it, and then they think, like, oh, I can beat it. I can beat the drug. It's like taking meth, or actually more appropriately heroin, right? Where it's like a lot of people that do take heroin, it is very, 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 very rare that they get off the drug, and they're more likely to die, which is unfortunate. And I think when you're living in a situation of, like, extreme poverty like this, for a lot of people, it's better to be on a drug and not thinking about your situation than it is to go to rehab. Or, alternatively, you can't afford rehab because it's out of your price range. If it's going fuzzy, that's because your internet, probably. It's a buffer rate thing. Yeah, rehab's fucking expensive. Going to the doctor is expensive, and so these people get backed into a corner and they can't really, like, they can't really do anything about it, you know? Which is unfortunate. So everybody's just trapped. Everybody's just backed into a corner. Also, corn on the cob sounds good. Look at you eating vegetables. Also, your soup sounds delicious, Cal. I would like some cheesy potato soup. Broccoli, potato, bacon, cheesy soup. That sounds amazing. My mom calls that kind of soup man soup. She's like, let's have some man soup. Oh, I'm glad your finger's feeling better, though. I sewed through my finger one time with a sewing machine, and it was a very similar experience. I was like, why did I do this to myself? Yeah, man soup. Yeah, man soup. I'm serious. Man soup. I think it's her equivalent of if you eat this, it'll put hair on your chest. You gotta get buff.
That's so precious.
Yep, she's like, it's for hungry lumberjack people. Which is silly to me. I have a weird question. I have maybe a weird answer. Maybe a not so weird answer. I want man soup. Yeah, seriously, it's good shit. My mom makes really good man soup. So unfortunate news. Hi, James. I'm sorry there is unfortunate news. Hopefully everything is okay. Oh, I forgot to turn on the fun sounds. Forgot about that. Everybody gets to enjoy rain sounds and cafe noises over on Discord or over on YouTube. The Japanese racehorse Haru Urara has passed away. I don't know anything about that, but that is unfortunate. When you have like a beloved like animal of any sort, that is really rough. I started reading the Court of Snakes. Do you call the police there the guard or the elite? Here you call them greyhounds. Are you avoiding calling them the police to avoid political crazies? Or for flavor? So both of them, like, that's a good question. So they are... There's a couple of reasons for that. In Court of Snakes, I don't want to, spoil too much, but because it is a post-apocalyptic, post-war world, and unfortunately the guys who established Sageno are crazies, they have effectively this, white knight medieval power fantasy that they're living. And so for them, they wanted to call their police force, something knight-like. It's like, oh, well, these are the guard. You know, they're not like police. You know, we're not enacting brutality on you. These guys are like knights. They're here to save you. They're here to protect you. You know, and that's supposed to have kind of that, feeling to it. It's a deliberate rebrand for them. To be able to effectively instill a sense of false security into the people of Sageno that, the guard are people that you should trust, when it's really not, and they're exploitative and they're not great, because they're also filled with starving people who are willing to effectively exploit other starving people, unfortunately, yeah, I guess. Yeah, same boat, different paint. Yeah, they're all elitists, unfortunately. So that sucks. And then the reason that the Greyhounds and the Vanguard are called that is because they're actually private security companies. So they're actually not really true police, as we would consider police. They're more akin to what the United States had as slave catching forces. And so they're effectively cops for hire, but then that also means that, like, so in my mind, they're like ICE, where they're not, like, anybody can join ICE. You don't really have to have a specific, like, type of training. Like, you ideally need to be police or ex-military to join ICE, for example, but you don't need to be, have specific training to do so. You can be a part of the National Guard. You can be a part of, like, State Patrol to be in ICE. Like it's a hodgepodge of different people with a bunch of different backgrounds. And so the Vanguard are those guys. They're a private security force that was paid for, like armored mercenaries, to be able to move through this place. So that way they didn't have to get the Canadian federal government involved or establish their own police force, which is really corrupt. It's not great. And then the Greyhounds themselves are more like the DEA, where they also are a private investigative firm that now has way too much power and way too many militarized weapons. So they're like the DEA on crack. DEA meets SWAT. But they also are private and are more like, again, paid mercenaries than anything else. So part of it is for flavor, but part of it is just like, it depends on each place and what they're doing and why they're hiring these specific police forces, if that makes sense. But that's why. Yeah. Because neither of these settings are super contemporary. Sort of contemporary, but, because, like, Appetite is what I would consider near future. So that takes place probably either now or a couple decades into the future, versus Court of Snakes is set in, like, 2075, 2080. So it's, I guess also that would be considered near future, but it's a little bit further out. Yeah, unfortunately, James, I do not know Uma Musume at all. I tend to not really keep up on Japanese media that much. Like, I'll watch Japanese animated films, but I don't really, like, watch anime or read manga that intensely. I'm more familiar with Japanese fine artists than I am with mangaku or with, anime. But yeah, hopefully that answered that question. And things will make way more sense to you as you get into the second Court of Snakes book as well, if you choose to read that, because that's where shit starts getting bananas. Horse gambling. Oh yeah, I've seen that in passing. Yep, I know nothing about that. I know nothing about that. Alright, well, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and jump back into this next sprint. And try and get through this horrendously horrible mass execution scene. So I'm gonna be I'm gonna be back. Good luck working on whatever you are working on, and I will see you in about 17 minutes. Here we go. All right, that's it. How did we do this time? I finished one chapter, so that's nice. I scrolled too far. 1928 is how many I've written, so that's yay! Whee! Whoa! Yeah, I'm at page 121 out of 186, which means that I have about 60 pages left to go of this manuscript interior to fix. I'm in math class. I'm so sorry. Math is gross. Math is nasty. Yeah, me and math, not great. Okay. Oh, nice. Apparently two Colorado restaurants made the list of the New York Times America's 50 best restaurants. Let's find out which ones. Oh, of course it's not going to let me look at it. I'll just go look at Reddit, you demons. Okay, let's see. I'm going to search on this page. Find in page, Colorado. Oh, they don't have them listed by California. Oh, they do have them listed. We got Bin 707 in Grand Junction. Oh, damn. Well, I guess maybe I'll have to go over there because I'm going to be in Grand Junction this month. Well, shit. Maybe I'm going to have to take a nice dinner over there. It looks like ultra fine dining. It could be pretty expensive. And Mezcaleria Alma. Oh, it's beautiful, though. Okay, well... Whoa, they have an agua chile made with uni, Hokkaido scallop, and mandarin orange? What do you mean? Okay, well, I'm going to open these. Wow. Oh yeah, it is bougie. These both bougie. That's okay. That sounds fun, though. I might consume that. I'm gonna see what Bin 707 has to offer. They say that it's a casual food service. What? Casual full-service restaurant serving American cuisine. Okay, well then explain why. your price point is like $3 billion. Oh, it's actually not that bad. Wait. Okay, so it's like fine dining. It's like above. Well, I might want to go over here. Fuck it, man. I've been wanting to go to Rougarou, too. Let's see. They got pizza. They got pizzazz. Interesting. Sorry, I'm like absorbed in this menu here. I think this is, well, it is American food, truly. Amberjack Crudo. Interesting. See, now this is the kind of shit that I'm looking for on menus. They have an elk tartare with umeboshi tapenade, plum béarnaise sauce with puffed tendon, frisée, and house focaccia. And they got pie. And non-alcoholic drinks, too. Like a gin and tonic with a non-alcoholic gin. And a birch bark julep. That's wild. What kind of pie? They got peach cobbler made with Palisade peaches, because that's very important for us out here, with a bourbon sauce and sweet corn ice cream. That is the most Filipino-ass shit I've ever seen. Momofuku milk bar pie. Whatever the fuck that means. A chocolate pretzel pie, a panna cotta, and a lime curd tart. That truly is the most Colorado shit, actually. A lot of that, especially the Palisade peach cobbler and the chocolate pretzel pie, are very, like, Colorado desserts. Damn, and their duck breast comes with roasted peaches, turnips, heirloom pico, mayakoba puree, and cherry demi-glace. Fuck me. Man, this, yep, maybe I'll maybe put this on a credit card. I'm not even mad about it. Damn. But their menus are like their entrees are like $40 on average, give or take. Cheapest items are a $20 burger. Or you can get a pizza. This is really interesting stuff. Chicken liver mousse toast. Pistachio radishes, strawberries, apple butter, brioche. Ooh, that sounds so good. Oh, okay, alright, I need to not look at this menu. I'll ask Jace, we'll figure it out. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump back into a Sprinto, another Sprinterone. And, yeah. Sleepo people. I'm so sleepy. I love how Alaska just didn't end up on this list. They were like, fuck that. That's so funny, though. All right, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this next sprint and see if we can squeeze one more good one in. Oh, I didn't even roll dice. What am I doing with my life? We'll see if we can squeeze one or two more in before we have to call it. It looks like it's going to be just one. All right. Coolio. Well, I'll see you on the other side of this, and I'll talk to you soon. Here we go. All right. That's it. Holy shit. This is like almost climax territory here for this novel here. So we're starting to get into shit that's like really, really bad. 3017 is where we're at. Hello? There we go. So now Fawn ate a person, which I'm sure no one was expecting. Yeah, well, and it sucks because what his body is looking for now is Mutal. And he's to the point where he can smell it on other people, and so even though all of these officers, like, for all we know, this poor fucking Greyhound was using that stupid fucking, lotion that was being sold at that cosmetic store that had the Mutal in it and may not have been directly using, but it's enough in his body for Fawn to register that that's what's going on. Yep. It's unfortunate. His body's flipping out. You know, the question is, are they gonna kill him? Or is he gonna be A-okay? If you've read the original fairy tale, you know the answer to that question. But it's still shitty. Yes, yeah, this is a retelling of the Grimm brothers fairy tale, The Little Brother and Sister. So, if you're ever curious, it's a lesser known fairy tale, but I really like it a lot. And it does end in taking the wicked stepmother, putting her in a coffin full of nails, and rolling her down a hill. So, it's a satisfying read at the very minimum. Yeah, that's part of the reason too why certain things are named the way that they are, like the Greyhounds and the Vanguard. Even for this particular novel, because it is based off of a fairy tale, a lot of the themes of that particular fairy tale are things being hunted. In particular, the little brother is a prey animal and he's being hunted. And so he's being reasonably chased by hunting dogs, and so it was really a pretty no-brainer decision, at least for me when writing this the first time, to have their drug enforcement group be called the Greyhounds, because those are hunting dogs. So, yeah. Yep, it's a good fairy tale. I picked it because nobody ever knows what it is. And, like, it's not your classic, like, princess fairy tale, but eventually I want to do, like, maybe, like, 3 of these books where they're near future and they're set in the same... either in the same city, which I probably will, same city, and similar, issues where it's, like, multiple fairy tales happening at the same time. Could be cool. Alright, I think I'm going to do one more sprint and see if I can make it through this chapter. Oh yeah, and this is a short one. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. But I'm going to try. I don't know, 8 might be too short. Let me see if I can get a longer one. 11's not much better. Oh, but that's too long. I'm just gonna go a solid 15, and we're gonna go from there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, my little buddy. I don't want to do actual work later today. That would be ideal if I didn't have to do that. But I have to edit a book. Oh, I'm doing mostly book editing and stuff today. Then I gotta get in the shower. Alright, well, I'm gonna try and run through this very last sprint. Get through this section, and I will be right back. So see you soon. All right, well, that's it for that sprint. I'm so close to finishing this chapter, but not that close, truly. So I'll just have to finish this chapter next time. Let me finish this dialogue really quick so that I don't forget where I was. That's good. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop so that I can go get in the shower and then go and do the rest of my editing work for the day. Oh, I need to write down which page I was on. But doing good. Yeah. Tough up. It's just a bullet. Yeah, he's like, oh, shit. I think, yeah, Silas is definitely at this point willing to start a fucking turf war over all of this shit, which is not great. Not great. All in all, today I wrote 4,098 words, which is good. Some of it's new, some of it's not. So, I'm gonna go get clean, not be sad anymore, and then jump into some editing and other projects. So I will see you all soon. See you tomorrow for some more Heavens Equal stuff, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.